Hello to Heads Up here, and welcome to a complete Nightmare Zone endurance guide. So, out of Rumble mode and endurance mode in Nightmare Zone, hard endurance mode is generally the fastest way to gain points, especially if you've completed a lot of quests. I've completed all of them, so I have access to all of the bosses. So I'm able to I've easily do all the bosses in one trip and one inventory and one setup. And I'll show you that setup and I'll talk about what switches you'll have to do for certain bosses and some tactics and everything and blah blah blah. So here's my setup and this is my combat. So this is the setup that I've used since around 108 combat or so. And it's a pretty general setup that everyone can use. So let's talk about it for a bit. Um, of course, you need the ice gloves for Flambeed and for Ferried. Desert Treasure and Recipe for Disaster bosses. I have a DDS for Spec Weapon. I have full Verax for the Desert Treasure bosses and Recipe for Disaster bosses. So those include the Desosis, the vampire, and Desorte, the vampire candy faggot. What else? Oh, Damus, right? Damus, the shadow guy. Full Verax for the giant scarab. Full Verax for the jungle demon. You do need them for quite a few bosses, and I think I mentioned them all. Sometimes you'll even need them for. It's a good idea to use them on what's his name? The ice guy. What's his name? Oh fuck, I forgot his name. Anyways, even a good idea to use on Ferried. Even a good idea to use on Camille. Just depends on your attack level and how often you hit. But I think that's it. So Verax for all those. So I brought range, and range is really only for the Gelatinous monster and for the Dagonoth mother. You don't really have to bring a crossbow if you're having trouble completing it on a full inventory, so you can replace a crossbow with an absorption potion or whatever you'd like. But you do need to bring the full carols or the full or third age chop in my case, because there are lots of bosses where you need to switch to carols for the magic defense. I don't recommend using Armadyl here since it gives such severe melee attack penalties. You'll be much less accurate, so definitely use carols or Dragonite here rather than what's it called, Armadyl. All right, so for my mage switch, I've got this, and believe it or not, this mage switch has a positive mage bonus, and that's all you need. The Brassy only gives a -6 mage attack bonus, so that's why this switch is possible. I just put on an Aram skirt, and I've got plenty of mage attack bonus to begin with. And this is just my general setup and what the stats look like for that. So basically just high defense, high accuracy, high strength, and that's it. I usually finish with either 2.5 or 2 and a dose of overloads. 2.5 and 2 and 3 doses of overloads. And I finish with half a prayer potion or so. But you only drink your prayer potion on the last few bosses. So Giant Scarab and Jungle Demon and all of the Dream Mentor bosses. Those are the only bosses where you finally drink a prayer potion and use prayer on. It's just a waste on doing it. It's pretty much a waste doing it any earlier. So this is the setup. So this is I think 16 absorption potions, 3 overloads, 1 prayer potion, and all this other gear that I'm wearing. A good tactic for first going in is overloading, of course, and then drinking absorption potions to 1000 and picking up all the items you need while you're waiting for the boss to walk up over you. So picking up runes and pickaxe for Slagath and all the rest is a good routine to get in. But this is the best setup that I've come up with, and it's a very efficient setup. It's much better than using prayer potions, since absorption potions only cost 4k Nightmare Zone points for a full potion rather than 13k cash or 12k cash, which is a lot more expensive. And they're very effective with this setup. So I definitely recommend bringing as many absorption potions as you can and as few prayer potions as you need. And this setup makes this possible. Feel free to post any questions or comments. If this was helpful and thorough enough for you, please leave a like, as it'll help other people searching for Nightmare Zone guides and good setups. I'm very proud of this setup, and I haven't changed it since of all the setups I've used since Nightmare Zone has come out. This is definitely the most efficient one that I've used. Alright, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.